There's the sound. It was very, very delayed. But holy shit. Thanks, Zach. I haven't had a subscriber since Ryan couldn't subscribe anymore. That's been years. I haven't had a subscriber in years. I don't even know what to say. Oh, somebody just wanted to use Bob emotes. You gotta learn more about the Bob. I gotta get the Bob back. Ah. I said thank you. I said holy shit. Well, you know what? Good news is I record along with my streaming. So even when it craps out, it should, hypothetically, keep recording everything that's going on. So you could just check the YouTube later for the parts that you crap out at. I don't have any of those updating, but that doesn't mean that other devices don't. Like I said, I am back with my parents, so we've got my mom's computer, all of my mom's stuff, my dad's computer, all of my dad's stuff, all the Alexas, my sister's stuff and consoles. So there's just a lot of devices. I'm not sure what we're using. Not a clue. But if it gets really, really bad one of these days, I'll talk to my dad, see if he knows what the heck's going on with the internet. But I mean, normally it's not this bad. I mean, yeah, we do have some slow moments and some parts where it lags, but I don't have disconnecting multiple fucking times in 40 minutes. But like I said, I also live in a valley, so maybe there's a storm happening on the other side of the valley and it's affecting the internet. Or maybe there's a storm happening wherever the internet provider server actually is. I mean, I'm in Oregon, and I'm Oregon in winter, so it tends to storm in southern Oregon during winters. Still, I can't believe that Zach subbed. I'm still speechless. Like, I don't think I've had a sub since 2013. Yeah, I don't think I've had a sub since 2013. Then again, I also haven't been streaming as much as I should. Ah, what the fuck is going on? And now it says reconnection successful. I'm sorry, man. I don't know what the fuck's going on tonight. I feel so bad. You guys are just here to chill, and my internet's telling you to go fuck yourselves. And telling me to go fuck myself. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, wrong button. Fuck you. I'm throwing shit in my furnace and you can fuck off. I mean, first you guys offer to buy me a game controller. which I'm pretty sure you're sending to. I'm not going to consider it reality until it arrives. That's just how much I don't expect people to help me. When people do help me, I kind of go, what? Whoa. But now you're over here, you know, subbing to me. Like, damn. Well, I'm glad you guys have been taking care of Ryan. I unfortunately kind of dipped off the face of the earth dealing with my ex-fiance. And I had a lot of trouble keeping up with anybody and everybody. I felt very isolated from everyone. I kind of felt like I was losing friendships left and right. Probably did. Hopefully. Well, I wish you luck on the job market. I'm also currently looking for a job myself. I haven't worked in like 2 years, as I did the whole house fiance thing. I did really well with it. I found quite a few passions that I want to pursue, but I don't have any fucking money. Oh, it's purchased, and it should arrive by... Oh, goodness. You guys basically got me a Christmas gift. We've, like, barely known each other a day, and you've already got me a Christmas gift. But then again, I did also go in and, you know, completely organize your server, so... I guess that makes it fair? Working on getting this job for almost a month. Oh, I do crochet. And yes, I see something about lagging, but hold on one moment. Luna. Come on in, baby. Good girl. Alright. Somebody said to give you a treat, yeah? Let's give you a treat. Sit. Itch. Okay, hey, no. Come on. Sit. Sit. Can you stop itching your butt and sit for me? Sit. Okay, I'll give it to you when you're done. Yes, my Luna. And my beautiful baby girl. For those who do not know, I rescued her when she showed up at my house one day. It was actually last January. She showed up. It was a really cold night, like in the 20s in Mississippi, so like wet cold. She was starving, really thin. She's a Great Pyrenees. And they are, like, females can go up to 90 pounds when they're adulthood. No way in hell should they at 1 year old be 40 pounds. She was 40 pounds. Rib cage showing and everything. Now look at her. Come here. Come on. Alright, let's move that. Give me those paws. Look at her. I love you. All right. Good girl. And then the people that had her also abused her, and they tried to come claim her, and I didn't fucking let it happen. We went through all the legal channels. She's legally mine. What the ever-loving fuck? I game and crochet. Um, Actually, I got myself a compression glove because I crochet. It hurts my hand. But I've done quite a few crochet projects. I've done a lot of blankets. I had to leave everything behind, including my yarn. But when I got here, my grandma and mom, who also crochet, said, "I got you," and handed me a shit ton of yarn. So now I gotta figure out a project to do with all that. Yeah. You want another one? Well, you gotta wait for another redeem. Haha. I was almost to that point. And we gotta give Luna a treat. Looney. When you're done itching. I know. You got all the itchies. But I just gave you a bath with your anti-itch stuff. There you go, sweetheart. Oh. I've always wanted to start a business. I'm just not good at the marketing part. So I've always kind of, like, I can crochet, I can make. That's great and fine. I can do that without an issue. Everything else is where it gets hard. And something I've gotten really good at, something I really like doing, is I can take that little lacy yarns and the smaller crochet hooks, and I've actually made crochet earrings before. I really love doing them because they're nice, they're cute, they're a little niche, and they're very, very lightweight for people who have sensitive ears. So something I wanted to do, as you know, kind of like a side business, is I wanted to do... hold on, ear itches. I wanted to do like crochet earrings and like these resin necklaces, like resin pendant necklaces, along with some little crochet cat animals, and maybe, you know, some scarves here and there, shawls, things I'm good at. Blankets are fun, but do you want out now? Well, I need to run to the restroom anyways, so let me finish my conversation and then I'll let you out. What was I saying? As she sits here and paws me. I did what's called UV resin. It's kind of stupid. It's completely bullshit. Don't recommend. My sister has done epoxy resin, so she's gonna teach me how to do that one, so I can do resin jewelry pendants, like with pressed flowers and glitters and, you know, other stuff. Um, Fuck, where was I before you interrupted me? I don't remember. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go to the restroom and let her out. It's more like I don't undersell my stuff in my work. It's just I don't have any confidence in myself. That's something I've always had an issue with. I'm gonna go to the restroom, I'm gonna take care of my baby, and then I will be back. Alright, I am back. And apparently just in time for Nyrex and Shinobi to get back as well. Anyways, like I said, I crochet. I dabble in the jewelry making, so resin. I've done some bead jewelries in the past. I really like earrings. That's why I like crochet earrings, because they're fun. I also mess around with Rainbow Loom bracelets. Specifically, Monster Loom is where I like it the most. uh, I'm assuming you do all of that as well. He didn't gatekeep me. I just, had a lot going on in my life and I just kind of vanished from the internet. I do that. I vanish. Ah, my wrist just popped. That kind of felt nice. When things get, tough on me, I just kind of poof. As I've done a lot. Oh, you heard my wrist pop. Yeah. I forget how good this microphone is sometimes. But I go manic as well. Um the more stressed out I am, especially about money, the more I can get. Which is why I tend to vanish from people's lives whenever I get like that. Instead of lashing out at people, I like to withdraw into myself, which didn't quite work a lot with my ex fiance. But it's something I've always done so I don't hurt people when I'm hurting. Of course, now I'm back with my parents. I've got state and medical care. So I'm waiting for the paperwork to come in for that, and then I'm going to go to a doctor and get myself diagnosed and hopefully on meds. Once I make too much money, I can still stay on the medical care. I can just, pay like a small amount. Yeah, I know. I'm used to people lashing out at me too. But that doesn't mean you should be. Just because somebody can lash out at you doesn't mean that you should have to be used to it. Obviously, if it's somebody you love, give them all the support you can, but make sure that you take your step back when you need to. If it's just too overwhelmed, take a step back, go do your own thing, and stay away from the person until, you know, everybody's feeling better. It's something I've learned to do. It's something that you always have to do. But not everybody does it, or not everybody understands that it's something you need to do, especially when you're neurodivergent. Because when you're neurodivergent, you just need your time. You need to walk away, you need to be left alone so you can breathe and reset. Sorry. Fixing my sock. That is also a very hard part, something I struggled with myself as well. It's taken me many years, but I have found a way to not do that. The, Now, does that mean that I should say I'm fine and not get medicated? No, I should go get medicated. Especially considering I have a bunch of other things that are genetic that I've never been diagnosed with. I have been diagnosed with autism and ADHD, but that's not all I have. I have recently found out that bipolar and thyroid related depression runs in the family. It's a genetic thing. So I need to go in and get that looked at and see if I have it. If it were just my ADHD and autism, I would go like, I don't need meds, I can handle this. But it's more. And I need to go get myself the help I need. I fucking broke my Elastipick. It takes a lot for me to realize that I have to get medicated and that I have to go and get the help I need. Because I always thought that I was fine. I always thought I could handle it. I didn't need to medicate it. I had a bunch of ways to deal with it myself, and it was working. For so very, very long, it was working. Until it didn't. And people can self-control forever and never be a problem. Like, I probably could have continued self-controlling for the rest of my life. But certain life experiences made me lose that control. Made me realize that a bit extra help, maybe, some medication to stop me so I didn't have to try so hard from not losing it, might be better for me. But that's a personal thing. Nobody is more or less of a person for what they are or what they can or cannot do. Show the people I love. I understand that. My parents had their own issues as well. So I have a lot of abandonment issues from that. And it's hard not to lash out at the people you love. My own sister still struggles with it. She's actually in a worse state than I am. Because I've come from years and years and years of figuring it out to keep it under control and not let things bother me. She didn't get that. I had to figure out how to control myself to survive. She kind of got pampered. And now that, all of these things are finally rearing their heads, she's getting into the age where all of it starts to become a lot worse. She's struggling so much. Like, if she doesn't take her meds, it's just chaos. But it's always, it's related to every single person. Nobody is more or less of a person because they decided to get medicated or not. It all depends on what you can and cannot control and deal with. Ryan, there's a bot. Thank you. As I got older, I stopped lashing out at people as much, but of course, you're always going to fear that day you lose control. But that doesn't mean that you always need to get medicated. I've been off ADHD medication since I was 11. I've never really needed it past 11. It'd probably help me these days to, concentrate more on the things I need to do. And always having a strong support system is another way to help yourself with self-control. And having people that stand there and they understand you and they're willing, to help you even when you can't be your best is always going to be something that will help no matter what. Being medicated really only depends on the person you are, the situation you're in. Not everybody needs to be medicated. Just because you have an issue doesn't mean you need to take pills. But just because you don't need to take pills doesn't mean you don't have an issue. It's a delicate balance, and everybody has their own ways of dealing with it. Sometimes somebody can have these issues and go their entire life without ever needing to take medication because they've got a great control over it. They've got a very supportive and understanding support system and loved ones. And they have systems in place for if they do lash out and lose control, nobody gets seriously hurt. And I had that. The problem is the person that was supposed to, monitor that for me liked to drink and get angry. So I ended up in pretty bad situations while also lashing out and losing my ability to fully function. Which is why I need medication. Because the people I trusted to keep me grounded weren't there. Some of them I pushed away, but the one absolute person that was never supposed to get pushed away instead pushed me away. Treated me like I was a problem. Like I was a monster. I understand that too. I had a time in my life where I had an addiction. A bad one. And it wasn't anything illegal. Well, I mean, underage drinking is illegal, but bad illegal. I would drink in high school. I had an alcohol problem by the time I was 16. I've gotten over that. I barely drink now. It's like an occasional thing. I would also take painkillers constantly to, like ibuprofen and Tylenols to, numb the pain inside. But I had one that was even worse than that. And I am very, very glad to say that it has been about 4 to 5 years since I have done this one. But I used to self-harm. I would take my old shaving razors, I would break them open and pull out the little razors, and I would cut myself. And that is how I dealt with my pain, and that was the way I controlled myself. It was very, very, very hard to stop. Most people go, oh no, why would you hurt yourself? That's so stupid. They don't realize that the physical pain leads to a psychological release. It's really fucked up if you've been through it and you know more about it. Because you just realize just how messed up somebody is in the head to... Oh, what the fuck? It's another fucking silverfish. What was I saying? I fucking lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. I think I was trying to say something about how I understand addiction, and it's really hard to get over it. Yeah. Bulimia. Bulimia. I've heard that before. I don't remember what it is. Let me look that up really quick because my brain's not braining. I think that's